Welcome to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Henigin, where we're going to cast and blast you right out of this world with some of the best hunting and fishing stories that you can't even imagine.
That is definitely true. Hey, everybody, this is Mark the Engineer. John Henigin is on assignment this week, so we've got the man himself, Frank Selby. Take it away, Frank.
Yeah, we've got a really great show today. First up will be Jim, oh God, my mind went blank.
Jim Tilton.
From Alaska.
Yeah.
And he is so much fun. We had a great time at the show. And second, we are going to have
Craig Sutton.
Yes.
From Costa Rica Fishing, yeah.
Yeah, they're a wonderful little couple, and you're going to enjoy them. Jim and Maria, yeah.
Yeah, they're up there in Alaska, and then we got Craig talking about Costa Rica, and then our last guest is Brian Crosby. Now, he breeds hunting dogs. I don't think we've ever had anybody on before that was a breeder like that, Frank.
Yeah, we haven't, and the reason I brought him on 110%, he got trained by my guy that trained all my dogs, Bob Sanchez.
Oh, okay.
From out at the Casa Gun Club, and that was his understudy, and I think he got as good as Bob. Bob did love training. The dogs that he trained could do everything.
Wow. And these are like Labrador Retrievers and Springer Spaniels, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
He trained my first lab, and it would do everything from point. The only thing it didn't like to do is pick up doves.
Okay. Okay.
And you are our second co-host, so what do you have to say about our show today?
Well, I think it's going to be a good show, and what we're going to go ahead and do is take our first break. I'm going to get Jim on the line, and we'll just see what happens. So I'll take it away, and we'll be right back.
A few years ago, a sailor set out to design a boat shoe that was comfortable and stable, non-skid, and wouldn't mark the decks. Today, these incredibly comfortable shoes are worn by anglers, boaters, professional guides, and charter captains. Go to softscience.com to see more. Soft Science shoes and boots are lightweight and shock absorbent with just the right level of support. Several styles come in all sizes. Enjoy the Soft Science shoe in the water and out. Check them out at softscience.com.
It's time for you to take a real fun adventure. Join a hosted fishing adventure to Alaska or Baja with the staff of Fish Talk Radio. Real Fun Adventures can book you on any adventure you desire. Bring your fishing friends or meet new ones. Fish Talk Radio gets the best deals from our sponsors to give you the best possible price. Real Fun trips are inclusive, easy, no-worry packages to the most popular fish grounds. Trips start around $600. Go to REELfunadventures.com.
If you are still using a plastic hard-shell cooler, things have changed for the better. AO coolers are lighter with twice the efficiency of the traditional bulky coolers. AO coolers are the best available soft-sided cooler with 3/4-inch high-density closed-cell foam insulation. They will keep ice frozen for 24 hours in hot weather. Easy to carry, less space, it fits product inside for better performance. Go to aocoolers.com to order or find a retailer. Available at West Marine.
With a long pedigree, the Snow Bee brand today offers the very best equipment modern technology can provide. Started in Europe, Snow Bee is now providing quality fly fishing gear in the USA. Waders, clothing, rods, reels, fly lines, bags, and innovative new accessories. Enjoy your sport and leisure time more than ever. The affordable value of Snow Bee makes it available to everyone. Go to snowbee-usa.com.
Have you noticed the changes in Google lately? Did anybody line you out? You can't fake it anymore. They know who said it first, who said it best, who said it the most, who is the most popular, and that just happens to be me since the late 80s, which means that I can put up a page, a post, or a website, optimize it properly, spread it around to 22 million people, and put you on top of your results pages for your chosen searches basically overnight. WhiteMountainBusiness.com. Don't want to wait that long? Already have a website that you thought was optimized and doesn't rank anywhere? I can fix that too. Maybe you don't want to wait. Maybe you just want to call me. 928-228-9228. That's 928-228-9228. I've done it for literally thousands, and I can do it for you.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Henigin.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. I'm Mark the engineer, and here he is, Frank Selby. Go ahead, Frank.
Yes, John's out hiding around, and we have Jim on the line from Alaska. He is a hunter and a fishing guide. So, Jim, tell us a little bit about yourself and how we can get a hold of you.
Well, we are Deska Landing Charters and Lodge. We're about a 90-minute drive northwest of Anchorage, Alaska. Our website is deska.com. That's DESHKA.com. But we are a fishing and hunting lodge that is on the Deska Landing of the Susitna River.
And you have the best food I have ever tasted. You forgot to mention that.
Well, we're a family lodge. My wife and I own the lodge, and my wife is a phenomenal cook. She takes care of the inside of the lodge, and I take care of the outside. So we're a remote fishing lodge. It only brings 12 clients in a week. So I have myself and 2 guides, and then my wife has a niece and nephew of ours that we bring up every year from down in the lower 48 to teach them how to work.
Yeah. And what's the best time for us to come up and visit you for a week?
You know,
or
the best time for most people is in basically the last 2 weeks of July through August, where we're fishing what we call the silver run. That's silver or coho salmon, the chum, and the pink salmon.
Oh, now you're talking my favorite fish. I love the fish silvers. And when they jump, go ahead.
Yeah, when you get a silver on, that's the acrobat. That's the fish that's dancing. But you know, the second and the most underrated fish of all the salmon is the chum, or what we call the dog salmon.
Yeah.
So they're going to be about the same size as those silvers, but they're going to be out there tail walking and doing the same thing. So phenomenal fishing, because you fish for both of them at the same time in the same river.
Yeah, and when they take off, they're like a freight train running the line out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see every week roughly 1 to 2 20-pound silvers. They're going to average in that 10 to 15 pounds. So when you start hooking into 3, 4, 5 of those that you're keeping, based on the
limit
regulations and the limits, that's a lot of fish.
Yeah. Yeah, I can fill a 50-pound box usually with less than 8 fish.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, we want our clients to be able to take home a box or 2 each, when they're leaving. So they've got a great meals all winter long. Kind of keeps them reminding of where they've been.
Yeah, and that means they'll come back every year, a year after year.
Well, and then we kind of surprise them a little bit, because I smoke salmon every week. And Frank, you've tasted our smoked salmon dip. There is none better.
God, people from all over the show, all the benders, we all gained weight. We kept coming over and taking a couple of giant crackers full. Mark, you don't know what you're missing until you taste her salmon dip.
Well, how am I going to get some of that?
Well, what I do is every week I smoke salmon. And then as my clients come through, I swap out smoked salmon for fresh salmon from them. So they get to take home not just the fresh salmon that we vacuum sealed and, packed up and frozen. They get smoked salmon also. So I want a client to go home with all the good memories.
one favor I'm going to ask your wife one of these days soon. Give me the recipe, please.
Well, actually, it's my recipe, so I can give it to you.
Oh.
You have to say please.
Let's not give it over the air, but then, Mark, I'll have some for you this summer when I go up.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
You know, and Frank, not only do we fish, we also hunt. So we do hunts out of our lodge, too. And I'm an assistant guide with Grizzly Expeditions, so our hunts are through Grizzly Expeditions, which is a guiding for almost 40 years up in Alaska. So we do spring brown bear hunts, and then we do fall hunts. So we have brown bear, moose, and caribou hunts.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, my eyes aren't that good anymore. But I used to love to hunt. Now I can't see that well anymore to hunt. I do not like to wound an animal and have to hunt it down for a half a day. If I can have a clear.
That's something we don't want to do. You know, if there's ever any issue, we're going to make sure that animal's down.
Yeah.
The worst thing in the world to us is a wounded animal. If we're going to shoot something, we're taking it home, folks.
Yeah, I agree 110%. And you also you're on the Google Maps, so if they got off and rented their car, they can drive straight to your place, correct?
Yes. Yeah, Google Maps will take you right to our lodge. It's pretty easy. We're on the road system. But like I said, where we fish, you can only reach by boat or by plane. So when you hear people talk about fly-out lodges, things like that, that's the fishing that we do. But because we can drive our supplies in, our costs are a lot lower. So we're going to pass those savings on to our clients. I mean, we've set our lodge up as a family lodge for the average guy.
Yes.
We want somebody to be able to experience Alaska like I did. I graduated high school on a Friday night from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania in 1981. And on Saturday night, I was in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Wow.
Alaska's been in my blood for years.
Wow.
Yeah. Most guides usually started in Alaska or Yellowstone, Montana. That's where I started, West Yellowstone.
Yep, if you're going to fish, those are the top two you're going to find.
Yeah. And the neat thing about Alaska guides, we can't spend any money until we leave, so we save up all the money for the year.
You know, it is cool. And we like to bring in, you know, some people that have got great experience. Like, for example, one of our guides is a master's degree, knows fish biology, works all over the Chesapeake Bay, comes up and guides in Alaska. I mean, we have people that know fish and know fishing.
Well, what I've heard, I haven't been to your lodge yet, but I'm going to be up there one of these years soon. That's one of my bucket lists, to give to your lodge. And I like it because I can take my wife because she doesn't like to take the small planes and fly.
Yep. Well, you know, and if you get a place that's set up like a family setup, everybody's comfortable.
Yeah.
And we keep it remote, we keep it intimate, we keep it small.
Yes. And you guys are so great. I recommend you highly.
Well, we appreciate that, Frank. You know, and it was fun meeting you and your wife.
Yeah.
You know, and I know you guys do a lot. You see a lot of people out there, and you know, it's just awesome to us to be able to have somebody take a look at us and see us and say, you know what, this is something that we would recommend. That means a lot to us.
Well, you have a really good friend by Tom Engel.
Yep.
And Moose Lip Lodge. Both of you guys are great guys, and I've known Tom for a lot of years, and I recommend both of you very highly. His satellite's down. He was supposed to come on next week, and I haven't got a hold of him. So
that's too bad.
Yeah, but I am so happy you're on today. And how far of a walk before you can catch fish? That's always some of the older guys. We have several things that we do. Typically, when we leave our lodge, it's a 10-minute boat ride into the river that we fish.
Just got about 30 seconds left. Get that website out again there, Jim, because we got to tell people how to get hold of you.
Oh, no problem. So our website is deshka.com, DESHKA, deshka.com.
Well, that's simple. Okay. And do you have a phone number you want to give out, or just the website? What do you think?
Phone number 907-495-5873.
Okay.
That's our lodge number, and we are where you can reach us, easily reached. And if you get our answer machine, I'll call you right back.
Oh, that seems simple enough. That's great. Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much.
All right, well, thank you.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take our break, and going to come back with Craig Sutton talking about Costa Rica fishing, and Frank will be back too. So that's going to do it for now. Fish Talk Hunt Radio.
The East Cape of Baja, Mexico is world famous for sport fishing. Dorado, tuna, wahoo, marlin, sailfish, roosterfish, and pargo. The Van Wormer resorts make dreams come true at a price all can afford. Hotel Palmas de Cortez, Playa del Sol, and Hotel Punta Colorado have the biggest and best sport fishing fleet in all of Mexico. Call toll-free to 877-777-TUNA to find out how affordable world-class fishing can be. The finest resorts and the best boats in East Cape. Call 877-777-TUNA.
Vagabundos Del Mar Boat and Travel Club has 42 years experience introducing RVers to the joys of Mexico. Specializing in Baja, Vagabundos leads caravans and sponsors fishing tournaments, trailer boat cruises, and weekend getaways in Mexico and the West. Vagabundos Del Mar also saves its 10,000 members tons of money on low-cost auto insurance. Stay up to date on Mexican travel with the printed newsletter online at vagabundos.com or call 800-474-BAJA.
The road stretches for miles in front of you, and with the Ram 1500, you'll be able to reach mile after open mile. It gets a best-in-class 25 miles per gallon highway, so your destination won't just be determined by your gas gauge, but by your gauge for achievement. And the Ram 1500 is the first ever back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Guts, glory, Ram. See your local Ram dealer today for great deals. EPA estimated 25 mpg highway based on V6 4x2.
With a long pedigree, the Snow Bee brand today offers the very best equipment modern technology can provide. Started in Europe, Snow Bee is now providing quality fly fishing gear in the USA. Waders, clothing, rods, reels, fly lines, bags, and innovative new accessories. Enjoy your sport and leisure time more than ever. The affordable value of Snow Bee makes it available to everyone. Go to snowbee-usa.com.
A full-service fly shop, His and Her Fly Fishing, offers FFI-certified international fly fishing instructor and guide service with Frank Selby. Listen to Frank as host of FishHuntTalkRadio.com or listen live Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on Sirius XM Radio Channel 211. Custom flies are handmade to your order in-house in Newport Beach. Fishing in Mexico, Belize, Florida, or the Rockies, Frank and the staff will deliver exactly what you need. Flies and gear. Google His and Her Fly Fishing.
Lounge ride.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Henigin.
Hey, everybody, this is Mark the Engineer. John Henigin is on assignment this week or hiding somewhere, but we've got the man himself, Frank Selby. Take it away, Frank.
Oh, yes, we have a friend from Costa Rica, and he is also a great, great place to go because your seasons start 10 times early than others and finishes a lot later. How about telling us about the best time to come down?
Well, Frank, our year starts November 1. We only have an abbreviated rainy season, September and October, and the rest of Central America, they don't start fishing until about mid-December, and the other places quit fishing about the end of May, and the end of May through August is by far our best fishing season. Your listeners can go to Nosara, Fishing Nosara. That's fishing, and then Nosara, Nosara, and you can see every report stored chronologically for the last 13 years. And I tell people, the proof's in the pudding. They can just go right there and see the catches. But it's world-class fishing, but a lot more to do than just fishing in our area. Very quiet, affluent community, but we're also the closest to 600 feet of water of anybody in Central America. We're about 6 miles offshore, and so a lot less boat riding and a lot more fishing time on an 8-hour day.
Yeah, and you have the reserve down there too, right? That the wives don't want to fish, they can go checking out the preserve.
Well, yes, sir. We're in a nature preserve. All the accommodations, they're single-family houses. They sit on their own lot, but they're in one common complex that affronts a nature preserve, and we continue the vegetation into our complex, and it's very private, but it's heavy nature, meaning that you've got monkeys, coyotes, right coming walking by your place, and exotic birds, lots of hummingbirds, and just a lot of wildlife. It's just literally right out your front door.
Yeah. And now let's get back to when's the best time to come down and catch the big fish?
Well, when it starts raining in Panama, our fishing completely changes. And it goes from being, the intense sunlight, and I mean by the end of May through August, we get it's a little cooler. That's Costa Rica's fall. And it's a little cooler, and the fish start getting real aggressive, because when it rains in Panama, the bait pods that wash out of those creeks and streams and rivers of Panama, the porpoises get on them, and then the mahi and the yellowfin start working them over, and then by the time they get up off our cutters 3 days later, you've got a full-on feeding frenzy. And once that rain starts in Panama, those bait pods get a lot bigger, and the fish get way, way, way more aggressive. Our area of Costa Rica is where the bait and switch was developed basically, 45 years ago.
Oh, boy. I think, Mark, you ready to head down there?
Let's get on the plane this afternoon, Frank. I think we can be there quick, Wow. Yeah. That sounds amazing.
Oh, it is. And it's such a beautiful area to fish.
It is, and it's a variety. And I'm not saying anything against anybody else, but in other parts, they seem to get nothing but sailfish. And we get a lot of sailfish, no question about it, but we get a lot of marlin, a lot of big yellowfin, a lot of big dorado or mahi-mahi, and we get a lot of variety of fish. It just, when you're on the bait pods, it's like what's feeding that moment.
It seems like God's fishing next to you when we're down there, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, absolutely, no question about that. But we offer people great world-class fishing, no question. But we offer them an experience, and it's a family experience. It's a lot more to do than just fishing. From good white sand beach, our beach that we're 2 blocks from was voted the top 20 beaches in the world. We're the only blue zone in Central America, meaning that everything you breathe, you eat, you swim in is chemical and organic, chemical-free, and just as pure as it can be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the most perfect place to be at. I'm trying to go for my clothes right now, but I would get in trouble. I got one more show to do. You know how that goes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I know it. My work gets in the way of me going down there all the time. Trust me.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. I'd like you to go over your website again really clear and slow so everybody can get it. And if you got a phone number, you want to give them the phone number they can get in touch.
Absolutely. It's fishing, FISHING, Nosara, Nosara. And then the house rental part of our operation is Nosara, Nosara, Paradise, Paradise, Rentals, Rentals. And my phone number is 904-591-2161. And I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, and they can call me anytime they need.
Yeah, good. Oh, yes. One more little thing I wanted to ask you. I know it's one of the top 20 beaches, but is it crowded or is it really, really secluded?
Well, we're very remote.
Yeah.
We really are. We're 8 miles down a road, the coastal highway, which is a dirt road there, and it's a multiple dimensional kind of destination. It's not just fishermen. It'll be yoga girls, surfers. We get turtle tourists about 3 months, 4 months a year, come down to see the turtles migrate on the beach. But it's an experience, and it's not crowded. It really is. Especially that from the surfers and the yoga girls usually leave about March, and then it'll be just fishermen and nature tourists and a few yoga girls and stuff. But it's never crowded.
Oh,
I'm
I like
a surfer
that.
too, and if you got any surfers listening to, it's a 4-mile beach break. And it's all sand bottom, and it spreads everybody out. It really does. So it's nothing like California as far as the crowds go.
Yeah, I know, and it's pure white sand, isn't it?
Pure white sand, and our beach is all national parks. So when you go to the beach, all you see is natural vegetation. There's no development on the beachfront, and it gives you kind of a different feel. Unlike California.
Okay. Keep rubbing it in. I'll get even. I don't get mad. I just get even.
My first time to California, I drove about a half a mile down the beach down there in San Clemente, and you couldn't see the beach. It was like, you had to, it was just every once in a while you might be able to peek through a couple people's houses if you peeked over the fence to see the ocean. And it was kind of different experience for me.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to find out how to get there. What city do we fly into? What's going on with that?
Well, LAX has got a direct flight into Liberia.
Liberia, okay.
And it runs about $400 or $500. It's a 3.5-hour flight time. And the airport code for Liberia is LIR. But it's a nonstop flight, and we got a 2-person package, 3 days fishing, a week in a studio with air conditioning, full kitchen, concierge, towels, linens, right in the middle of the nature preserve for $800 a week. The total package on a 26-foot boat for 3 days fishing is about $2,600.
Mm-hmm.
That's total.
Yeah.
That's total. That's not per person.
Now, what do people need to bring? Do you supply everything?
Yeah, they bring a good attitude and really just flip-flops and T-shirts.
Oh, my. Okay.
And, maybe some boat shoes. And, it's a casual kind of community. But, yeah, nothing. We provide all the equipment on the boats. We're sponsored by Shimano, so all the trolling gear, it's all custom rods with Shimano Agra reels on them. It's good quality stuff. I built or rebuild every single boat we put you on. I'm not an agent for anybody, and that has a lot to do with our rate. Most agents get 30 or 40% of the cost. So it's a family project. I'm kind of a one-man show, and I've got right-hand guy here in Jacksonville, and then a whole family of people down in Costa Rica for support staff. But nothing. Now I do tell people if they want to go to the river and do fishing for snook and corvinas, to bring your top waters, because you never know. Snook are super fickle fish, but we caught a snook, just to give you an idea, we caught one 8 pounds bigger, 10% bigger than the world record about 3 years ago, and the picture's on the website. and I've got a photo on the website on the scale, but we didn't have a certified IGFA scale to get it registered as a world record.
Okay, we're just about out of time, so let's get that website out again one more time.
Okay, the housing is Nosara Paradise Rentals, and the fishing is fishingnosara.com, and all the boats have a video tour and the bills on the website, and then all the houses have a video tour also.
Can't beat that, man. That's going to be a good deal. Frank and I are going to head down there and have some fun. We're going to be back here on Fish Hunt Talk Radio talking to Brian Crosby about training some hunting dogs. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's better than a good day at work. Bad day fishing is better than a good day at work. Say a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work.
The Soft Science footbed absorbs the shock of pounding waves, engine vibration, and even rocky terrain. Soft Science shoes are roomy and relaxed, and they drain and dry quickly. Check out the Soft Science Fin fishing shoes and boots and the Fin H2O for kayaking and canoeing. They're lightweight, slip-resistant, and won't mark your deck. See the new styles for men and women and get your pair on at softscience.com.
It's time for you to take a real fun adventure. Join a hosted fishing adventure to Alaska or Baja with the staff of Fish Talk Radio. Real Fun Adventures can book you on any adventure you desire. Bring your fishing friends or meet new ones. Fish Talk Radio gets the best deals from our sponsors to give you the best possible price. Real Fun trips are inclusive, easy, no-worry packages to the most popular fish grounds. Trips start around $600. Go to REELfunadventures.com.
Alaskan RV Butler. Guiding, fishing, hiking, sightseeing, adventure. The Alaskan RV Butler. Like a cruise on wheels in the comfort of an RV, view the wonders of Alaskan interior, streams, ocean, and wildlife. Or fish for the big one, all while pampered by Mike, the Alaskan RV Butler. Mike's inclusive tours serve butter-drenched shellfish and mouth-watering steaks. Mike is your personal chef, chauffeur, guide, and planner. And for the real Alaska, contact MikeRVButler@gmail.com. That's MikeRVButler@gmail.com. A full-service fly shop, His and Her Fly Fishing, offers FFI-certified international fly fishing instructor and guide service with Frank Selby. Listen to Frank as host of FishHuntTalkRadio.com or listen live Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on Sirius XM Radio Channel 211. Custom flies are handmade to your order in-house in Newport Beach. Fishing in Mexico, Belize, Florida, or the Rockies, Frank and the staff will deliver exactly what you need. Flies and gear. Google His and Her Fly Fishing.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Henigin.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mark the engineer. John is on assignment, but we've got Frank Selby. Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, Brian, this is Frank. First thing off, I'd like to get your email and your phone number and a little bit about your training of the dog, the puppies.
Okay. My email is crosbear1 at AOL. It's CROSBEAR1 at AOL.com. And my phone number is 310-844-4963. And I've been training dogs now since I was 17. Started off with Springers and made the transition to the British Labs. British Labs I got into, a friend of mine bought one, brought it over from Ireland, and it was just a joy to hunt over. Just very well-mannered, very calm in the duck blind, and it convinced me that's what I wanted, and that's what I do now is I breed and train the British Labs.
Yeah. Yeah, you and me had one of the best friends of all, Bob Sanchez, correct?
Yes. When I got started in the field, Bob was one of a handful of the older trainers that got me started, taught me quite a bit about training dogs. Just an absolute great guy.
Yeah, I miss him every time I hear somebody talking about labs.
We really do miss Bob.
Yeah, you are a great trainer too. And do you have any puppies ready to go yet?
I don't currently have any puppies ready. We have 2 litters coming up out of my top dog, Ivan. He was bred approximately a month ago to a female from Oregon that I bred 3 years ago, and then was bred 2 weeks ago to a young female I have out of Drake's Head Kennel in England.
That's where all 3 of my labs came from, the Queen of England's labs.
Yeah, and it's funny because one of my clients, who's a wildlife biologist, is really into studying the pedigrees, and he traced the lineage of the dogs that we have back to King George Kennels.
That's a long trace, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing I'd like you to give a little bit about is how to recognize a really good lab.
Well, the first thing you look for is pedigree. People dismiss that too much, but that proven track record is an indicator of what your puppy will be. The British Labs that I have anywhere from 40 to 70 British field champions on their pedigree. They have as many as 18 British, Irish, or Scottish national type champions, and 7 or 8 national or international field champions. You know, the pedigree is no guarantee that your puppy's going to be a great dog, but it's an indicator. These are dogs that for 20-plus generations have been bred for one thing, and that's to be a good companion and a great hunting dog.
Yeah, my Blitz I miss every day, and when he got too old, if I picked up a gun, he was at the truck before I could even open the door.
Wow.
Well, my dogs, when we're getting ready to go train, they see me start loading the truck, and they will literally jump over the tailgate to get to the kennel box at the back of the truck.
Yeah. That shows a really excellent hunting dog.
Well, speaking of which, let me ask a question here. Now, you say that you've got a litter of puppies. They're not all going to be hunting dogs, per se. How do you start spotting the good ones?
You know, I have an eye, and I always have had an eye for the dogs. And a lot of that is great dog trainers are like great dogs. It's kind of something you're born with.
Mm-hmm.
And every litter has a great puppy, a lot of good puppies, and some that are just a little bit more reserved. Now, a lot of times those puppies that are a little more reserved, especially with the British dogs because of their calm nature and well-mannered temperament, make excellent service dogs. The last litter I had that went home in December, there was a red male, and I picked him out at 3 weeks.
Wow.
And at 5 months, he's already retrieved a number of geese and ducks, and he was incredible from day one.
Wow.
We throw retrieves in the garage for him where I keep my puppies when they're young. And my friend of mine who's another trainer came down and saw the litter, and he goes, I like this yellow male. I said, but the red one's the one you want. And he threw a couple retrieves, and one of the retrieves, the duckling, went underneath a floor jack in the garage. Most puppies, their attention span's about 30 seconds, and they give up.
Mm-hmm.
This puppy spent 5 minutes digging that bird wing out from under the jack so he could retrieve it.
Wow.
And it just shows the determination.
Yeah.
Well, how long is the training process for the puppy?
For most dogs, it takes about 4 to 6 months.
Oh.
Every dog's different.
Yeah.
To be a good hunting dog. Now, dogs that we're competing with in competition, they train their entire life. We need a dog that is near perfect in competition.
Mm-hmm.
Minor things that a hunter would overlook, we can't because the judge isn't going to overlook them. And it's a continuous training regimen on just a daily and weekly basis. Ivan, my young male that I talked about, just 2 years old. Best dog I've ever worked with in 30 years of training. Extreme drive in the field. Wants nothing more than to retrieve. But combined with that, he's super biddable. Biddable is the term describes the dog's willingness to please, ease of train, and I've never seen a dog as biddable as him.
Wow.
Most dogs with his level of drive are like, okay, you scolded me. It's worth it to get in trouble. Ivan is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'll do it perfect next time.
Oh, that's great. Wow.
Yeah. Mark, we used to send Blitz over 100 yards out. He didn't see where it was, but you tell him to mark, point, and that dog would run until you yelled halt.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's like with Ivan. He's trained for blind retrieves. I compete with him. He's trained to a master level, and I compete in the hunt test. And in a hunt test, they're limited to about 135, 140-yard blinds. Field trials, they'll go 300-400 yards, even farther. And Ivan, even though he doesn't run trials, can do trial retrieves. I mean, I've sent him on 400-plus yard blinds, and he's come back with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've handled him as far as 700 yards to a blind.
Well,
and there's a trust that you build in training, and he trusts me when I tell him to go back that the reward is going to be there.
Right. Now, you say you've been doing this since you were 17. How did you get interested? What happened to get you in the field?
Well, at 17, my family decided to buy a Springer Spaniel. He was a great dog, but ornery as all get out. He would get into all kinds of mischief, and it got to the point where my mom said, okay, the dog seems to respond to you, Brian. Either you take him through obedience class and get him trained, or we're going to get rid of the dog. So I was fortunate. The trainer I trained with was an AKC obedience judge, a very good trainer. Dog was exceptional. I did very well in training him, and she encouraged me to run him in obedience trials. So me being brand new, the first trial that came up happened to be Valley Hill. It was an obedience trial. I didn't know the difference. Come to find out, Valley Hills for local was like the elite obedience trial.
Uh-oh.
I got there, did very well. He went high in trial, which he got a 199.5 out of a possible 200.
Oh.
That's excellent.
And from there, I was hooked. You know, you start at 17 years old, your dog's winning ribbons every weekend. Mm-hmm. It's easy to get hooked.
Yeah.
And he went on to become an obedience trials champion, which is a very difficult title. It's actually one of the least common titles awarded by AKC.
Oh, wow.
And from there, I was hooked. You know, I started showing dogs, competing with them, obedience, agility, and various other programs. I joined a club that specialized in Springer Spaniels, and a gentleman that was active in field trials, Charlie Mayo, who was also friends with Bob Sanchez.
Oh, boy, I know him, too.
Came out to one of our meetings and invited us out to the field. I'm an avid hunter, so it just made perfect sense for me to get involved in it. And from there, I got into field trialing. Took a number of years before I even got a placement with a dog, but I just absolutely love training dogs.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're just about out of time. Go ahead and give your phone number again, if you would, Brian, so people can get hold of you, because I know they're going to want to.
Yeah, and the other thing, tell them that you may have some puppies in a few months.
Yeah.
Got to do it. Hurry.
Okay, my phone number is 310-844-4963.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Brian. I'm going to have to take our break right now. We've got a hard break coming up. This is Fish Hunt Talk Radio. Frank Selby will be back, so don't go anywhere.
A few years ago, a sailor set out to design a boat shoe that was comfortable and stable, non-skid, and wouldn't mark the decks. Today, these incredibly comfortable shoes are worn by anglers, boaters, professional guides, and charter captains. Go to softscience.com to see more. Soft Science shoes and boots are lightweight and shock absorbent with just the right level of support. Several styles come in all sizes. Enjoy the Soft Science shoe in the water and out. Check them out at softscience.com.
Used by fishermen who know where to get the best fishing gear around, AFTCO makes the highest quality fishing rod components worldwide. If it says AFTCO, you know you have a quality rod. Guy Harvey Clothing, the best outdoor clothing line anywhere, is also available through AFTCO. Longest lasting, functional, and best looking clothing you'll be proud to wear. Only the very best materials and workmanship. As soon as you put it on, you'll know the difference. Look for AFTCO at quality retailers or go to aftco.com. Great news! You can now watch Grizz's shows wherever you are, whenever you want, on all your mobile devices. Download the Grizz Channel app today. Enjoy an adventure during that boring wait at the doctor's office. Or while you're sitting at the airport waiting for your next flight. Just go to your phone, tablet, or even Kindle App Store or iTunes and download it today. And when you get home, you can watch the Grizz on your big screen on Roku. Catch the Grizz next adventure today.
Have you noticed the changes in Google lately? Did anybody line you out? You can't fake it anymore. They know who said it first, who said it best, who said it the most, who is the most popular, and that just happens to be me since the late 80s, which means that I can put up a page, a post, or a website, optimize it properly, spread it around to 22 million people, and put you on top of your results pages for your chosen searches basically overnight. WhiteMountainBusiness.com. Don't want to wait that long? Already have a website that you thought was optimized and doesn't rank anywhere? I can fix that too. Maybe you don't want to wait. Maybe you just want to call me. 928-228-9228. That's 928-228-9228. I've done it for literally thousands, and I can do it for you.
Welcome back to Fish Talk Hunt Radio with John Henigin.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Mark the engineer, and we were talking to Brian there about the dogs, and he wanted to get out his email address, so let me go ahead and give that to you. It's crossbear1@aol.com. That's CROSBEAR, the number 1, at AOL.com. And his phone number again is 310-844-4963. Now, Frank, did you say that he's going to have some puppies on the way here pretty soon?
Yeah, too much. You can start putting your name in for the 2 litter of puppies that'll be up for sale and training. And if you want a new lab, I would call ahead of time and make sure you put your name in. I've known him a lot of years. He used to work for my trainer, Bob Sanchez. In my opinion, Bob was one of the best trainers in the world. He passed away a couple years ago, but he did love training, and I was always happy to have my dogs trained by him.
Okay. Well, Brian certainly seems to be a good trainer, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, you could tell by the way he talked, the way he loved animals.
Exactly.
And
what else is going on?
Next week, I'll be broadcasting from the Fred Hall Show and down in Del Mar, and I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Del Mar Show. I'll be broadcasting on the 29th from there, so I want you all to listen in. I'll be doing if you can make it, we have something for everybody. I think, in my opinion, the Fred Hall Show has done such a great job. His father, now Bart's doing it, and Bart makes sure there's something for everybody to do. Actually, there was a kid in the store the other day that came in and was buying some flies to go up to Bishop, and he said, I caught my first trout at Fred Hall Show.
So you're going to be broadcasting from there live?
Yeah.
Wow. And John Henigin is going to be out again next week. Is that correct?
That's correct. Okay. And we have one all ready for next week, but we'll wait until it's over.
Okay. And when you're at these Fred Hall shows, are you doing fly casting demonstrations, or what do you do exactly?
I do the bass tank, showing how to fly fish for largemouth bass with flies. I also do the saltwater tank and talk about how to fish the surf, the bays, and offshore. And
is there a charge to get in the show?
Yeah, there is a charge. The one neat thing about down there, if you're under, I think, 16, you get in free. The adults, I'm not sure what they charge. I've never had to pay in all the years.
Well,
I don't.
Go ahead.
I know it's probably for adults. It's probably $18, something like that. But I don't care. There's something for the wife. There's something for the kids. There's something for the fisherman. There's something for the hunter. There's something for boat people.
So it's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. Fred Hall has always done the best for sports, and they've been around. I'm not 100% sure, but I bet you it's been at least 70 to 75 years. I've been going to the show since I was about 16, and I'm not telling you how old I am.
Okay, all right. But there's no charge to come and see what you do at the show. Is that my understanding?
Once you get in the show, there's nothing but most everything, all the seminars, everything is free.
Oh, wow. Okay, that sounds like a pretty good deal. And you're at hisandherflyfishing.com, is that correct?
Yeah, hisandherflyfishing.com.
Okay, Frank, thanks a lot, buddy. We're going to be back next week. Henigin will be out another week, but Frank will be back, and we hope you'll be back too. Thanks, everybody.